Welcome back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. So, it's my brother's birthday. And, he's not here. He cashed in his chips, transitioned, and I said, what a perfect day to talk about karma. Because it seems that, ladies and gentlemen, people aren't understanding the basic, very, very basic universal law or spiritual laws going on here. All right? So, let's get into it because some people don't understand. So, this picture speaks so much volume here. All right? We have the scale, 4 of them. This could represent so many things. So right here, this is what it could represent. You have your fire, you have your earth, you have your air, and you have your water. And this right here is you. They call it the 5th element, right? Because we're made up of all of these elements here. And then you take it on the higher scale, right? The scales must and will be balanced. Gentlemen, let us move on to the next. Let me school you on how karma operates, people, and the spiritual laws, the universal law here. Let me school you. What you put out will come back to you. So now look, with karma, for some people, it might take 5 years. For some, 10. Some, 15. Some, 20. For people like me, you know what I'm saying? The special ones. Some people are calling me the golden child around here.
Brother Noomsy.
Right? Instant karma comes within 5 minutes, 3 hours, or maybe a day. I guess I'm judged on a higher standard, and I understand why, and I get it, right? And so this is how karma works. Now, also, let me add that when karma comes around now, if it doesn't get you, it goes to something you love or something you cherish. Because once it comes, once the universal creator who created such a beautiful system here called karma, once that thing gets released, it must reach the designation here. Let us move on. Let's move on here. Now, this is the yin yang side, right? The first symbol that humanity was given, right? The dark and the light. And let me tell you who I am. I am the S in the middle that is going to bind both together. Now, what jingles? Listen to me now. What jingles my dingleberries is all of your practitioners. Funny that word, you practice it out here. All the practitioners, you're calling upon all of these negative energies or negative demons, devils, whatever you want to call them. You must know that there's a God. Like you've got to know that there's a universal creator. And this is what jingles my dingleberries. Like, I'm thinking about, damn, they don't know? Like, obviously, maybe they're stuck in belief. Or maybe they're stuck in faith. It's something that you don't know that there's a divine creator of all things, right? Now, I'm going to give you the example here. You know, because I was thinking maybe you're stuck in belief or faith. So remember the first time you learned how to tie your shoe. The very first time you were so unsure. You was in the belief moment, right? And this will be belief and faith. You learning how, and then once you knew how to tie your shoe, you moved different. You just now you know. So in my head I was thinking, yeah, they don't know. You know, they don't know. Now here's my other example, right? And I was going to bring a picture up with the moon, but I just tell you anyway, right? So when we have a full moon, it's bright, it's shining bright, and then we have the new moon where we don't see the moon at all. We don't see it at all. But in your mind, when it's the new moon, you must know that the moon's still there. It's not going anywhere. It's there. Even though you can't see it, it's still there. So for my next slide, because I was thinking of, okay, how to let everyone know what's going on here. So with your practitioners, right? Your practitioners, you'll call on this guy. Ooh, scary looking dude, right? And so you conjure this guy up, and then we will tell him, go to the Wriggles crib. And then he starts making his way over to my crib. Right? So he gets to my crib, and then he goes, and then all of a sudden, boom! Yo! Oh, it's an angel. That's Sekhmet. And then he'll say, oh shit! There's a cat! Yo! And then he sees, yo, there's a dragon. Let me slow it up. And then he sees a dragon, right? And then the conversation goes, then the cat goes, well, I think, are you at the right, I don't think you're at the right place. Right? And then it goes back this way. Well, yeah, I thought that, they told me to come over here, but they didn't tell me that you guys were here. Huh, that was funny. They didn't tell me. Yeah, I know they didn't tell you. So, what you gonna do? And so the entity goes, well, what I'll do is, I'll just go back to whoever sent me. Because they didn't tell me that you guys were here. Now, that is my only way of explaining the story to you in such a simplest form. I don't know how else to explain this. But I assure you, ladies and gentlemen, all of my practitioners and everyone that dibble-dabbles in the dark arts, and shouts out to you. The scales will be balanced. And, since it's my brother's birthday, you feel me? I will say this. Any one of you that have had a hand in my brother, you had a hand in my father, you had a hand in my Auntie Pat, you ever have a hand in my grandmother, or my recently transition passed on grandfather. If any one of you have a hand in that, it will be very severe, because you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to do that to anyone's bloodline. So please understand, it's not a game out here. And trust me, I'm not playing with you either. This concludes my karma slideshow, just to, hopefully this helps. Because it seems like my practitioners, you are forgetting universal spiritual laws. But keep it going. I'm really digging what you're throwing out, and I don't think you realize what you are doing as a whole. It's your boy,